Namaste everyone, I am Ramyashi. Welcome to my channel Ramya Jyotish. So on 3rd of March we have lunar eclipse which is visible very partially to India, that is at the last phase, and the impact of this eclipse on the whole world is the point of discussion right now, and I am presenting you the Medini Jyotish predictions for this total lunar eclipse which is happening and which is a partial in India. So on the whole world how it is, and also on India what all kind of events we may expect, that's something we can see during this time. So that's what this video is all about. As I mentioned in one of my previous video, nation, politics and destiny, US Iran war has already started, and this will now lead to diplomacy and a lot of talks begin, and a lot of dramabazi will start. So stay tuned and keep watching Ramya Jyotish. Now let's begin the analysis of this Ketu Grasta Chandra Grahana. So let's begin with the analysis. Ketu Grasta Chandra Grahana on March 3rd, 2026. So what does Medini Jyotish reveal about this eclipse effect and on the coming months? So it's Purva Palguni Nakshatra, Simha Rashi, and it is the day of Holika Dahan also. So Ketu is flicking the Chandra in Simha Rashi, and the Rashi Lord is Surya and the Nakshatra Lord is Shukra. So in India, the visibility is only for the partial phase, that too in the end phase. So approximately 647 to 753 is what we can say. Major part would be penumbral only. So partial eclipse also would be only for max to max 30 to 40 minutes, not even more than that. So that's why the visibility in India is pretty less. So while visibility is limited in India, but the astrological impact remains potent for this. And Simha Rashi receives no benefic aspect. And this intensify the effects on leadership and governance, because Simha Rashi represents the governance, leadership, and Simha, that is lion, is the king of jungle. So people at higher authoritative jobs or at a very respectful positions, they may feel the heat of it. So that's what I would like to say. And because this is a Chandra Grahana, and it will be active or it will have the impact till 11th of May, that is until Mangal moves out of the Meena Rashi, because all the 5 planets in this Rahu Ketu axis of like Simha Rashi and Kumbh Rashi will witness this eclipse. So it's not just Chandra Ketu in Simha Rashi, it's the other 4 planets sitting at the other corner, that is Surya, Buddha, Mangal, and also the Shukra. So Shukra would have moved to the Meena Rashi by that time. 1st of March he will move there, but still the effect of this Grahana will impact all of them. Because why I'm taking Shukra also, because he's the Nakshatra Lord. He is exalted right now, but the impact will be there on him also. So this will intensify the effects, and it will be visible at least for the 11th of May, till 11th of May. So now let's see where all this is visible apart from India. So moon rises partially eclipsed, it is very less. So Western Asia during the moon rise only it is there. North and South America will have entire eclipse. Russia will have entire. Okay, Eastern America will have very partial, that is before the moon sets, set actually. And the total eclipse will be visible in all these, that is Northeast Asia, Northwestern North America, Central Pacific Ocean, Australia, New Zealand, Southeast Asia. Okay, partial has eclipse begins, so it is not visible for Europe, Africa or United Kingdom, but rest all the parts are covered in this eclipse. Unlike in the previous solar eclipse, major parts of the world were not covered because it was visible in Antarctica and oceanic regions only. So this lunar eclipse is visible in India, and that's why the effect also will be instant. And we can see the remedies here. Let me first brief out the remedies, because people would be waiting for that. And that's 647 is when it starts and it's ending at 1953. So it's the end of complete eclipse. So generally partial eclipse is what we take. So 6:47 to 7:15 is the time where the partial eclipse or the eclipse will be in a very strong motion, and it will be a decreasing one only. So uh, the rituals to be performed is very minimal, or it's not considered at all. So people who are have to give tarpana, they may ignore this time because it's not for a very long period of time. But in the regions where it is visible for a very long time, because this is for the Indian standard time, which I'm mentioning. In other regions, which is like Australia, New Zealand, it is visible for a very long time, and that's why there they might have to give tarpan, and also they might have to perform the remedies and the stotra patana also. So that's why they may have to follow all these things. Okay, so these are the shlokas that could be chanted. Minimum 108 times is generally like prescribed because for the full results. And after eclipse, give more than one handful or palmful of rice as donation to a temple priest. So this can be in 200 to 250 grams as well, because one handful of rice is what we have to give. So these are the remedies for the Ketu-grasta Chandra Grahana. Now let's come to the global and spiritual significance of it. So it's the influence from the Purva Falguni Simha Rashi and also the Medini implications. So Simha Rashi represents the heads of state, royalty, central government, or people at a authoritative position. So with no benefic aspect in the near future also, and during the eclipse also. Leadership stability will be vulnerable, and may cause some kind of upheavals as well, because Purva Falguni belongs to Shukra Venus Nakshatra. It governs wealth, luxury, and diplomacy. So these sectors, including entertainment, finance, may face strain or scandal. So some kind of negative impact on the market is can be expected, is what I would say. So, because absence of benefic aspects on Simha Rashi right now and also in the near future will intensify the potential for difficult outcomes in governance and international relations as well. So that's why we'll not be able to witness a good growth in the markets or feasible time. It could be volatile and it could be a bit sensitive also, about which I've already made an Insta reel. You can watch that. The timeless. I have even put here also. Though visibility is partial in India, ancient texts emphasize that Sutak rules fully apply. So the conjunction with Holika Dahan amplifies karmic weight. So chanting Chandra and Rahu Ketu mantras, performing the dana post eclipse, and meditation or fasting during eclipse hours is very much prescribed. But giving tarpana may not be prescribed at some parts of India, because it will be for very minimal time, not even for 24 minutes. That's why. And the mantra for protection is Om Namah Shivaya, Om Som Somaya Namaha, or even the Chandra mantras like Om Sham Shrim Sham Sahas Chandraya Namaha. And we have to chant this continuously during the eclipse window. And this is the chart when we cast at the time of eclipse. So Chandra Ketu in Purva Falguni Nakshatra, which is the nakshatra which governs wealth, luxury, because Purva Falguni is a very good nakshatra, and of course it's a Falgun Purnima, that's why. Uh, and also so many planets in the seventh house. Shukra is very close to Shani also. So Purva Falguni is afflicted, Bharani is afflicted, then Purvashada is afflicted. So so people born in these three nakshatras, Bharani, Purva Falguni, and Purvashada, all these are Shukra's nakshatra. They have to be bit careful during this time, and because it's happening in the lagna itself, so that is on so the government or the leadership authorities, they may have to take care of their health. So this can induce cardiac related issues. So people who have some existing illness related to cardiac, you have to be extremely careful from health point of view, because Simha Rashi governs heart, and Shani in the eighth house, the sixth and seventh lord in the eighth house, along with the Shukra, who is the third lord, does indicate some kind of a medical emergency or some problems also. And that's why, in general, public has to be aware of their health, and there should be some kind of precautions to be taken for people who are already heart patients, okay, who would have already underwent angiogram, like bypass, anything of that sort. So they have to be more careful. Because of Guru's presence in the 11th house, not so good also. And 7th house of Surya, Buddha, Mangal, Rahu. So the uh, international um, commerce may be, trade and commerce sector may be affected. So inflation may increase, price of basic commodities, necessity products may increase like anything, and that can add as a big headache for the common man, because Chandra represents common man or common woman like Shani, and that's why a common man's life may become bit tougher during this time. Okay, so for the next 2 3 months, the inflation effect will apply, and also this may impact the lifestyle of many individuals, because now people were about to save some money and was able to upgrade themselves, but now with this kind of a situation, because now we have already started with the war also, so that also does indicate. So because I had predicted regarding the US Iran war in my Jan 27th video, that is on like nation politics and destiny video, you can go and check it on my YouTube channel also. So that's what we may see during this time. Inflation will increase, price of commodity will increase, and common man's life may become tougher during this time. Next comes the overview of the predictions, which I wanted to mention. This is something I have already mentioned in my nation, politics, and destiny video, as I mentioned just a couple of minutes ago. So, Varaha Mihira says whenever there are two eclipses, war and bloodshed are inevitable. So, as per one of the famous works of Varaha Mihira, that is Brihat Samhita, so it's indicated about a war, and we can see US Iran already in the war mode. So, but the war may not continue in a very drastic way for a long time. So, war may follow diplomacy and failed talks. Then ceasefire may seem to be temporary, and conflict may resume. This ongoing drama will impact the markets. It will make the market very pretty much volatile. So, in what way? So I had predicted in Feb 17th Insta reel. You can check out my channel Ramya Jyotish. So Feb 23rd to March 8th is very sensitive for market. March 8th to March 21st is tough, not so easy, because Guru turns Margi on 11th of March. From 8th only he will be in stationary mode. So he may try to improve the 11th house, but the eclipse situation will make the speculations go wrong, because 11th house might be good, but speculations may go wrong and affecting some amount of loss, because many planets by this time will move to the 12th house. So that's why 21st of March to May 11th it will be volatile. What happens now? 11th house has so many planets, and 12th house just has Venus, Saturn. Now, some of these planets going there. Only Mercury, Rahu would be left here, and Mars also will move, Sun also will move. So, that's what indicates that there will be some gains one day, and the very next day there will be a loss. So, this kind of volatility will increase in the market. So, leading to a lot of confusion, and this may disrupt the positivity in the markets, is what I would like to say. 11th of May onwards, when all the planets move out of this Kumbha Rashi, Meena Rashi, that is Mangal will be the last planet to move out of Meena Rashi, that is on 11th of May, he will move to his own Rashi, Mesh Rashi. That's when we may see markets recovering, and there will be rise in the markets also. So we may see good time, and June 2nd, we are already aware, Guru gets exalted. So that's when he'll be able to control Shani. So May 11th onwards, markets may recover and rise. Now, what are the other predicted events? So this is a high vigilance period, because the Rashi where solar eclipse happened is, or will get the protection of Guru from 8th or 11th of March. That is the Kumbha Rashi. So here you can see, this is where Surya Grahan or the solar eclipse happened. So once Guru turns Margi, he will aspect through its ninth aspect. But this is where the Chandra Grahan happening, and this won't get any kind of benefic aspect in the next near few months at all. Okay, and that's the reason we need to, because Jupiter is the only Shubha planet which can cast aspect, and it doesn't have third aspect. It has a very minimal impact on the third house, because all the planets will have aspect on all the houses, but the 100% would be only on certain houses. And Jupiter is the only planet will have fifth and seventh and ninth house, all three aspects full 100% being a benefit. So even Shukra has only seventh aspect because it's an inner planet, not an outer planet like Guru or Jupiter. So because of this, what happens? We can predict a lot kind of events actually, because it is Chandra. We can expect water scarcity, disruption of drinking water sources, and possible contamination of water bodies. So drought-like condition may emerge in the affected southeast zones. Okay, and severe weather can affect India. Potential cyclonic formations in the Bay of Bengal, intense rainfall and wind disturbances predicted for coastal Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, both Telangana and Simandra, then West Bengal and Northeast also. So fire accidents is something we can say because it's a Simha Rashi. Heightened risk of industrial fires, forest fire and urban explosion also. And high density area and flammable storage zones, they may require strict safety adherence. So it is also indicates threat to wildlife because it's happening in an Agni Tattva Rashi, that to Simha Rashi. Disturbance in forest ecosystems, increasing human animal conflict. National parks and sanctuaries in the affected zones face heightened poaching or ecological risk actually. So rulers and governance, as mentioned before, threats to political stability and leadership in the region, security incidents in border areas and hardships for populations in tribal or forested belts are indicated. And people in the countries which comes in southeast or the eastern region, those states may see some kind of political drama, like southern part of West Bengal, Odisha, or even to some parts of Andhra Pradesh, or even in uh, other places outside India also, they may see problems. Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, Thailand, Indonesia, and all these nations may face some kind of political instability and crisis of leadership as well during this time. So global volatility is expected, as I mentioned before. Classical texts suggest conflict, war and bloodshed. So when eclipses pair, so we can expect some diplomatic tension, ceasefire drama, significant stock market fluctuations until May 2026. Now we have to, whenever we see from Medini Jyotish, we have to take count of Kurma Chakra impact. So the highest impact zone and the moderate impact zone, if we try to segregate like that, so India's southeast zone looks more impacted. So that is southern West Bengal, Odisha, coastal Andhra Pradesh, Tripura, and northeast sister states. Some these states, because even though it's a northeast, it also will face the effect of it. So whatever issue we have with the Bangladesh right now, it may actually get resolved, or some kind of developments will be able to see. And specific regions like Puducherry, areas near Jabalpur, parts of Karnataka like Hampi, all these also are represented to southeast. So Simha or Leo Rashi alignment does indicate some amount of problems here. And internationally to say, Myanmar, Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, Philippines, all this Southeast Asian corridor may face some kind of problems in governance, or any one of this nation may face the crisis as well during this time. So this Kurma Chakra reveals that disturbances manifest most strongly in this direction because Purva Falguni Nakshatra represents the southeast direction. And that's why we can see this region badly affected during this time. So now let's go to the key takeaways and also the timeline. So fire accidents, cyclones, water scarcity, political unrest, we can see here. And regions have already mentioned. So preparedness, enhance fire safety protocols in industrial and high density residential area. Prepare for potential cyclones or storms in coastal belt and secure water resources. So we may see Tamil Nadu or even Andhra facing huge amount of rainfall, and Bangalore being again very cold. That's something which we have observed in past decades, and there could be kind of a flood kind of a situation also. Though this month is not that very soon to monsoon, but uh, there could be early monsoon which can affect the crops. At least that I can say. May not be a flood kind of a situation so early, but early monsoon may affect the crops, is what I can suggest this time. And increased vigilance for wildlife protection in national parks and sanctuaries is very much important. So, engaging in mantra japa and performing charitable acts post eclipse can mitigate malefic effects. Okay, so my predictions are mainly offered as a spiritual awareness and for the preparedness, not as a deterministic prediction. So please consider this as a good guidance, and please perform the remedies as mentioned here. Okay, so until we meet again, thank you.